Hit record. Okay, thank you, Fallon and Glen, so much for joining us. So I have shared you with most of my team. So I think 5 of us that are on this call did the Share the Love Challenge or parts of it. And
awesome.
They all know how crazy I am about you guys. So there are a couple new girls, but I don't even see them on right now that might be, oh, Cathy. Cathy's brand new, and she might be like, who are these people?
I've been watching. I've been watching them. I'm even subscribed to their YouTube.
Fantastic. So I have been
Cathy, you're muted.
I muted myself.
There you
go. Okay, thank you. So we were in the Share the Love Challenge. I got to do the interview with you guys, and then Glen's like, book a call with your team. I was like, what? Okay. So the biggest thing, if I get to spend time with you guys, sharing you with my team that I think that we could use help with is recruiting. And I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I think one of the benefits to network marketing is that we don't just get to sell products, because if we're going to sell products, that's just a job, right? We get to also build a team. And I think sometimes the recruiting side of it, especially when you're new, is sometimes scary. I love building on social media. I definitely teach and train my team that way. I know a lot of our upline didn't do a lot of social media, but now like nobody has any choice. So I don't know if you want like specific questions or if you guys just want to run with, I don't know, guide me on how.
There you go.
Why don't we run? So, I mean, this isn't anything formal, so why don't we just kind of run? And then, I don't know, we're not going to look at a clock, but, in a half an hour or so, we'll stop, and then we'll just open up for questions. How's that sound?
Fantastic.
Okay. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Well, hi, guys. I'm not sure. You all probably know the one and only. She's the famous one. I'm just along for the ride in most situations. My name's Glen.
I recognize
it's so beautiful, though.
See some names.
Yeah.
So we have some old friends that have known us for a while, and we have some brand new friends. So hi to everybody. And one, I hope it's okay. Raise your hand if it's okay. We have some fun tonight. Is it okay if we have a little bit of fun? Okay, good. We'll have a little bit of fun. And then 2, ideally, you learn something so your business can grow. Would that be an okay thing too? Okay. And keep in mind, we're not your upline. We're not your boss. If you don't like what we have to say, the cool thing is you don't have to do anything we talk about. But surely in a half an hour, you can pick 1 or 2 things that we said that was somewhat okay.
At least it would make sense.
A little bit of sense, and then apply that to your business, right? Yeah. So use that. So I'll give you just a little bit of background of what's going on. I've been in business consulting for now over 25 years, primarily corporate America, and I started out in the network marketing profession on the corporate side of things. I worked with very large network marketing companies, teaching them how to get product out to the field very, very quickly. I did not work in the field for a very long time, but once I started working in the network marketing profession, I just fell in love with it. And I fell in love with the people. The entrepreneurs in network marketing are unbelievable. And Fallon and I've transitioned over the last 12 years to go from the corporate side of things now more into the field side of things. And now in the last handful of years, have taken that online. So what we're going to talk about tonight, I think you can apply online or offline. Probably most of you, by a show of hands, is most of you building online? Is that how most people are building right now, online? Is anybody doing anything at all offline? Is there anything you're doing offline at all? A couple, a little bit. Okay. So if you're, whatever the principles we're going to talk about, you can apply either way. Does that sound cool? So you'll be able to apply either way. So let's get with it. Understand, first of all, here's the training that I would provide with you. Number 1, understand the network marketing industry. What makes network marketing special for us? It's 2 things. It's 2 things that I call the secrets of the wealthy. And only wealthy people know these. Most people don't know these secrets. And network marketing has 2 of them. Number 1 is called residual income or reoccurring income stream. What is a residual income or what's a reoccurring income stream? It means you do the work one time and you keep getting paid over and over and over and over again. See, most people go to work, get paid, go to work, get paid, go to work, get paid. But when they stop going to work, what happens? They stop getting paid.
Yeah.
In network marketing, if you build this right, you can do the work and do the work and do the work and do the work and do the work, and eventually keep getting paid over and over and over and over again. You say, how is that? Well, with your product, with your service that you guys have, when you build a real customer base that you don't have to call up, hey, do you want to buy my stuff again this month? That's not residual income.
Yeah.
But when you find the right clientele that just loves your stuff and they keep buying month after month after month after month,
They select the auto shipment option.
they keep that auto shipment up, right? That's
Yes.
called residual income. And that's what sets network marketing aside from most other situations. A chance to do the work one time and get paid over and over and over again. The second thing is what we call leverage. It's getting paid off of others people's talent and effort. Only wealthy people usually do that. So let's pretend, and she doesn't, but let's pretend Fallon owns, let's say she owns a car dealership. And the rest of us are either in administration, maybe we're in parts, maybe we're in service, maybe we're in sales. Right? And she would pay us a salary, maybe a commission, maybe a bonus, but more or less we trade time for money, right? We work for the boss and we give her our time, and either in a form of commission or a salary or a bonus, she pays us for the time that we put in. But at the end of the day, who makes the most money in all of this? The people in service, the people in sales, the people answering the phones, the people in the finance, or the owner? Who makes the most money? She does, right? And the reason is she's practicing one of the principles of the wealthy. She's leveraging all of our time. We're putting in time for administration, phone, service, sales. She's leveraging our time, our talent, our skill sets, and she's profiting from that. Think of any other industry. That's how that works. The wealthy people leverage other people's time, because wealthy people understand one thing: money comes and goes, but the biggest commodity you have is time. So they use other people's time, and they leverage other people's time to help build their business. Understand that if we're talking real estate, if we're talking automotive, if we're talking finance, if we're talking service industry in the restaurant world, hospitality, every industry does this. And it drives me a little cuckoo birds when I hear network marketers say, you know what, I'm not going to recruit. I'm just not going to do that. And it's like, sweetheart, you're missing multi-level. You're in what we call single level. Do you have to recruit? No. And I know it's a dirty word a lot of times, because a lot of times we've made that a dirty word. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But every other industry leverages people's time. If you want to make money, if you want to be successful in network marketing, you need to learn how to leverage other people's time, their talents, and their skill sets. That's called recruiting. So now when someone in your organization goes out and does whatever they do, you can profit from that. Your business can grow from that because now you're leveraging their time. So first of all, understand every other industry does this. Understand every major company you've ever heard of: Microsoft, the US Army, ever heard of them? The NFL, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, your local university, your state universities. Guess what they all do? They all recruit. Could you imagine if the US Army stopped recruiting, what our military would look like? Could you imagine if Microsoft or Facebook stopped recruiting, what that company would look like? Could you imagine your local university stop recruiting the best teachers, stop recruiting the best students, stop recruiting the best athletes? What would happen to that university in a couple of years? It'd be gone. It wouldn't exist. Your lifeblood in any, I'm not just talking network marketing, but your lifeblood in any business, the blood, the lifeblood that makes it go, is growth. The new people coming into your business. The time you say, you know what, I'm not going to recruit, you just shut off your lifeblood, the lifeblood of the organization. There's nothing new flowing in. Understand, if you don't want to recruit, and I hope I'm not stepping on any toes here, Cathy, but if you don't want to recruit, you're in the wrong industry. Because multi-level marketing has two wheels turning: customer acquisition and team building. It's multi-level, which means you get paid off of other people's efforts by design. By design, you get paid off of other people's efforts. That's what the multi in the level marketing is. If you don't want to recruit, then you should just maybe go be a salesperson. And that's what we call single level marketing. You get paid off of your efforts. But the beautiful thing about this industry is you have an opportunity to get paid off of other people's efforts. That's called leverage. So let's change the mindset real quick. So many people think recruiting, and by show of hands, be honest, how many of you think recruiting is kind of a dirty word? It's kind of hard. It's just kind of, I don't know about that. A couple of you? I want you to think about how many of I'm not flirting with anybody here, by the way, but how many of you are single by a show of hands? Is anybody married? Is anybody married? Has anybody ever gone on a date before?
Yes.
You got recruited. You got recruited. If you've married, you really got recruited, right? So recruiting is not a dirty word. Imagine, if I were, I'm not, but if I were a single guy, and I want Fallon to go on a date with me, I have to recruit her. Now, I want you to answer this question. Am I recruiting her or am I going to compliment her? You decide in my approach. Am I recruiting or complimenting? Hey, Fallon, I'm a very, very busy business person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a whole lot of time, but I find you extremely attractive. I find you extremely charming. I think you're funny as all get out, and I would love to spend some extra time with you. I have a little extra time Friday or Saturday night. I would love to spend that time with you. Would you like to go out to dinner with me? Because I'd love to show you a great time.
Sure.
Was that recruiting or did I compliment her?
Compliment.
Didn't I tell her
The
that
whole process made me feel good.
Didn't it make her feel good?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I say, listen, I'm busy. I find you awesome. I think you're amazing. The little bit of spare time that I do have, I would like that spare time to be spent with you. I think you're so cool. I think you're beautiful. I think you're funny. I think you're intelligent. And I would like to spend some quality time with you. Aren't I showing her I find value in her? And by telling her I find value in her, am I recruiting her or am I complimenting her? Complimenting. So if you want to build a big business in network marketing, scratch the word recruiting and scratch that word out. And fill in the word compliment. When you stop recruiting and start complimenting people, your team will start to grow exponentially. Hey, Cathy, I find you as a dynamo. I think you're rock solid. I think you've got what it takes to be very, very successful. I have an opportunity I'd love for you to take a look at. I think you and I together could go out there and crush this together. Am I recruiting her or did I just compliment her?
Compliment.
Yeah. Does she feel like, ooh, I can't believe he's trying to recruit me? Or is she going, oh, well, thank you very much.
You're right, I am.
I am. Thank you. See, when you copy and paste scripts and blast them all over Messenger, that's kind of dirty, right? And sometimes when we get this, and they always start off the same way. They go, hey, girlfriend, have you ever got one of those? Hey, girl. I get hey, girl, and I'm a dude. And people are like copy and pasting me saying, hey, girl. I'm going, oh. Guess what? She wants me to join her thing. That's weird. And that's nothing about complimenting, and that's nothing about building relationships with anybody, and that's just not right. But if I wanted to recruit Cathy onto my team, I would find a way to compliment her and tell her why she needed to be part of my team. Not in a salesy, persuasive kind of way at all. Because I don't want recruiting is not persuading someone to join you. For those of you thinking that I got to persuade or convince someone to join me, you're going at it wrong. Here's why. If I have to convince Cathy to join my team, I'm going to have to wake up every day convincing her to stay on my team. Make sense? So I don't want to convince her. The last thing you want to do is, oh, please, oh my, please join my team. I'm trying to convince you, I'm trying to persuade you. Oh, please, oh, please. If that's the approach, then you're going to do that every day to keep convincing them to stay. And you don't have time for that one. So understand that recruiting is not about convincing or persuading at all. Recruiting is not about convincing, it's about sorting. What did he say? It's about sorting. I can tell, and some of you have been quarantined for a little while, so
Like we have.
So I can tell who's blonde and I can tell who's brunette. I can tell what your real hair color is. I know now what's going on, right? Oh, you're laughing, so you're having some fun. That's good. So if I were to sort you based on your hair color, how many of you think I could probably do that pretty easily without having to really ask you any questions? I could just kind of sort you, right? I could kind of put the kind of blondes over here, the kind, whatever it kind of is, red today over here, the kind is over right there. I could sort you, right, based on just looking, right? And if my assignment was to sort you based on female or male, I could probably have a pretty good shot at putting the boys on one side and the girls on the other. And I probably wouldn't have to ask any questions, but just visually, I could probably tell, right? So if you guys had to sort Fallon and I say, okay, boys go on one side, girls go on the other, you probably could do that pretty easily, right? Okay, now, let's say it's not about sorting hair color or gender, it's about who likes sushi. And without asking you any questions, I had to sort you, put the sushi people over here, and the people that don't like sushi, put them over here. If I was not allowed to ask you any questions, would I have much success at this? It'd be pretty hard, wouldn't it? It's kind of like, do they like sushi or not? Who knows, right? You can't tell by what they look like. And do you understand that your like or dislike of sushi is already predetermined before I ask you? If I ask Cathy, Cathy, do you like sushi? The answer to that question is a yes or no before I ever ask. Do you understand that Cathy likes sushi right now, or she does not like sushi right now before I ask? Are you with me? Mm-hmm. Could I persuade her or convince her to like sushi if she thinks raw fish is gross? If she thinks raw fish is gross, could I persuade her or convince her to start liking it now?
Probably not.
No.
It's either a love or hate.
You either like sushi or you don't like it. I can maybe convince her to try it.
Yeah.
Right? But if she already likes it, or if she's already decided like it or don't like it, I'm just sorting now. Or do you like sushi or not like sushi? And I'm just putting the sushi lovers over here and the people that don't like sushi, I'm just sorting the room. You with me? And that is recruiting. What? That don't make any sense. Yes, it is. If you want to, I don't have a team, but if I did, if you are open to an online business where you can make part-time, spare time income working from home, you're either open to that concept or you're not. You're either open or you're not. You either like sushi or you don't. The answer is already predetermined. So there's no convincing, there's no persuading, there's no, hey, my comp plan is awesome. Hey, I've got a great upline. Hey, my company is the best there is. The answer is already predetermined, and all that goofy stuff you're talking about is a waste of time. They're either open or they're not open. Me trying to tell you how awesome sushi is if you don't like sushi is a waste of time. If you think raw fish is gross, me telling you about eel sauce, and what else do we like on there? Crab sticks.
Yeah.
And all, it's really good. And her favorite roll is called the marina roll. You want the marina roll? If you don't like sushi, you could care less about the marina roll. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Recruiting is the same way. Quit talking about your comp plan. Quit talking about your awesome company, your awesome co-founders, your awesome upline, your awesome leaders, all of this stuff that you think you need to talk about. None of it's important. All you have to find out is, do they like sushi? Do you like sushi? Or do you not? Do you think raw fish is gross, or do you think it's really good? Which one? I think it's gross. There's no need talking to them about your business. I love sushi. Let's talk business. They're either open or they're not open. They either like sushi or they don't like sushi. So how do you find out if they're open or not? You have to ask. You can't find out just by looking at their hair color. You can't just look by looking at their gender. You have to ask them, just like you have to ask them if they like sushi. So here's a very good question on how to ask. Do you ever look at ways to make extra income working from home? Have you ever looked at ways to make extra income working from home? Or you could word it a little bit differently. Have you ever looked at ways to make money on a telephone? Have you ever looked at ways to making money online? Have you ever considered making extra income working from home? Some people are open to that. Some people are not. If they're not, they don't care about your comp plan, your product, or your awesome co-founders. They're not open. The first thing is we got to find out if they're open. And here's another great opening that I use, and this is made for those of you who've been doing this a little longer. This is a little more advanced, and I'll give this one to you. And it's called "If I Could, Would You?" If I could, would you? So if I could, would you? If I could show you a way. If I could, right? If I could do something, if I could provide a value, if I could provide a service for you. If I could show you a way, or if I could have a way that you could make extra money from home, and I let them know it's part-time spare time because it's not full-time. Anybody coming into network marketing thinking it's full-time day one, I think they're missing the boat. I don't think network marketing is designed to be full-time day one. And I don't want to, hopefully I'm not going against what Upline or anybody teaches. That's just my personal opinion on 25 years. I think it's a very, very part-time, spare time situation building. And then it can turn into something very big if you choose to. How long does it take to do that? It depends on how hard you go early. Right? If I could show you a way to make extra income working from home in a very, very part-time, spare time capacity. Here's the key words. Does anybody know what the number one objection is in recruiting in this business? The number one objection is I don't have time. How many times have you heard somebody say they don't have time? I'm going to overcome that objection for you right now. You'll never, if Glen takes that away and you never hear that again, would you think, hey, Glen's pretty good? Would you guys like me if I did that for you? Hey, they all would like me. I'm going to take that away. No one's ever going to tell you they don't have time again. Are you ready? If I could show you a way to make some extra income working from home in a very, very part-time, spare time capacity, and it won't interfere with what you're currently doing. When I tell them it's not going to interfere with what they're currently doing, no longer can they tell me they don't have time. Kind of genius, wasn't it? It won't interfere with what you're currently doing. So the excuse of, oh, I have kids and soccer game. Oh, it won't interfere with that. Oh, I have a full-time job. It won't interfere with that. Oh, I have to walk 15 dogs. It won't interfere. Oh, I babysit kids. It won't interfere with that either.
A lot of dogs.
So if I could show you a way to make part-time, spare time income around what you're currently up to, won't interfere with what you're doing, would you be interested in taking a look? And the most important thing you can do is what I'm about to say right now. Give them an out. If you don't give them an out, they think you're selling. If you give them an out, they know you really don't care. You're just asking a simple question. Let me give you an example. If I could show you a way to make some extra income in a very, very part-time, spare time way working from home that won't interfere with what you're currently doing right now, would you want to take a look at what I have? If not, no big deal. How many of you feel pressure to looking at what I have? Anybody feel pressure when I say, hey, if not, no big deal? Is anybody feeling pressure? I just took all of the pressure away. So 2 things you want to do in recruiting is make sure they understand it's part-time, spare time. It won't interfere with what they're currently doing. And if they don't want to take a look at it, it's no big deal. Soon as you say, if not, no big deal, guess what the masses are going to say? Oh, no, 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 no. I want to look. It's called a takeaway. Just by taking it away a little bit. Hey, if you're not interested, no big deal. The masses are going, we all want what we can't have, right? You understand this is psychology. Hey, if you don't want this, no big deal. Oh, whoa, 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 what's in the box? What do you got? Hey, Fallon, would you like, oh, if not, no big deal. What you got there? What is it? What is it? Curious minds want to know. I'm not asking them to sign up. I'm just asking them, would you like to take a look? Would you be open to taking a look? If not, no big deal. Some of you might have systems in place. I'm not sure if you have company videos that you use or 3-way chats, or if you have like Facebook groups or what you guys have, and Cathy can train on that. But have some type of a system in place that everybody kind of uses. Maybe it's a 3-way chat. Maybe it's a 3-way phone call. It used to be the old Starbucks coffee shop meeting. If somebody's kind of interested, you brought them to Starbucks coffee shop and they met the upline. That's very old school. Today, it might be a messenger chat group. It might be a Facebook group doing what we call ad tag message. I mean, there's a bunch of different strategies. You guys have your own. I'm out here to teach that. But you can say things like, all I do is invite people to come take a look at a video. All I do is introduce people to people that are very, very successful in this business. All I do is add people to a Facebook group and let them take a look inside the group with all the information. That's all I do. See, in recruiting, people only care about 2 things. Can I do what you do, and do I want to do what you do? So many times in recruiting, we make it very hard. And people go, dang. What's the girl on the left?
Mary.
People say, whoa, Mary, she's awesome. Boy, she really did that good. There's no way I could ever do that. That Mary, woo, she's good. And even though Mary's good, when people look at that and go, oh, I could never do that. If people are saying I never could do that, guess what? They never do. The only questions they have in their mind, and we as network marketers think we have to explain all of these things to them. There's only 2 questions they have. Can I do what you do, and do I want to do what you do? If they can do what you do and they want to do what you do, guess what? They'll do it. It's that simple, ladies. So you don't want to tell anybody business is easy. I think that's a lie. And I know you wouldn't lie to anybody, but I think telling people it's easy, I think it's a red flag, because most people know things aren't easy. I think anything you want in life is a challenge. I believe that to be true. So I would pull the word easy out of my vocabulary if I was using that. But I would incorporate the word simple. There's a difference between easy and simple. Easy is a red flag. Wait a second, nothing's easy. Simple? How many of you have ever how many of you have ever worked for McDonald's? Anybody ever worked for McDonald's before? No McDonald's workers on this? Nobody. Well, neither have I. Usually there's always one. Nobody. But nobody's ever worked at McDonald's. But once you agree, even though nobody's here has ever worked at McDonald's, that we could all go down to McDonald's in a safe world, not today's world, because we got to stay 6 feet apart and all that stuff. But in a normal world, we go down to McDonald's, and within about 5 minutes, they could teach us how to make a Big Mac. And we all probably could make a Big Mac in about 5 minutes. Would you guys agree to that? In about 5 minutes, they could teach us? Do you know that McDonald's makes billions of dollars selling hamburger? So in 5 minutes, they taught you a multi-billion-dollar strategy. Think about them apples I just gave you. That's a gold nugget right there. McDonald's makes billions of dollars, and they could teach you their business strategy in 5 minutes. And even though you've never made a Big Mac in your life, You could make one in about 5 minutes. And that turns into billions of dollars globally. My challenge to you and the leaders of this team is to create systems in place, your cookie cutter, your Big Mac making process. Everybody at McDonald's knows how to make a Big Mac, don't they? Everybody at McDonald's knows what a Big Mac is. That's a system. And everybody does it. On your team, leaders, we need to have a system that everybody does. And most importantly, it has to work. It has to work. If we don't have those systems in place, Cathy will reach out to me and we can work on some of those. Okay? But I'll leave that at this point in time for your leadership. But we want to have systems in place that anybody can come into your business, and within 5 to 10 minutes, they feel pretty comfortable they can start being successful in your business. Not easy. I'm not saying making billions of hamburgers is easy, but it's simple. Making a Big Mac is simple. You need to have simple systems in place so when people look at your business opportunity, they'll say, I can do that. I can do that. If you make what you do looks hard, they're going to say, I can't do that. If you make it look hard, they're going to say, I don't want to do that. If you have to make a list of, I'm not stepping on any toes here. I've been battling this for 25 years though. If we have to make a list of 25 names and sell lipstick to grandma, if that's our business model, selling lipstick to grandma, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell all my friends and family lipstick. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person. We need to have systems in place that they say, oh, I can do that. I can do that. When you start getting people to say, I can do that, I want to do that, that is how your team explodes in size. People, how many of you have heard of duplication? Anybody heard of duplication? Okay. It's a word network marketers use all the time, and they're using it incorrectly. What? People don't duplicate. It's impossible. It might not even be ethically right. I don't think, what's that called? Cloning. I think they cloned a sheep once, and look, Dorothy or
I don't know.
the little sheep got cloned. I don't know if that's even right to do that. People can't, you can't duplicate people. Cloning, I don't think is legal. But systems duplicate. So quit trying to duplicate people and put systems in place that can duplicate. So when you're talking to people, you say, all I do is put people into this Facebook group and they take a look at videos. All I do is send out company videos. All I do is introduce them to my upline. All I do is set up a three-way chat. Whatever the system is, that's all you do. So if I worked at McDonald's and I'm head of the deep fryer and I come home tonight and she says, what did you do at work today, honey? All I do is make French fries. I put them in the thing, dip them down, count to 20, whatever it is, turn on the switch, put them back over here, put them in the thing, and go. That's what I do. I'm head of the deep fryer. It's a simple system. All I do is, that's what I do. Now, if anybody's applying for that job, what do they say? I can do that. And it's simple. I can hire and train somebody at McDonald's in less than 30 minutes. Because it's a simple system. When you bring in new recruits into your business, you want to have a simple system so they can come into your business, start doing whatever it is they're supposed to go do, and make money quickly. Let's define money in network marketing. It's not what you think. How many of you have been in network marketing for more than 3 months? Okay, you erase everything you know. I'm kidding. If you've been around for more than 90 days in network marketing, you've heard about Lamborghinis, you hear about retiring parents, you hear about 7-figure incomes, and you've heard about Bora Bora. Guess what? Most people in the world don't even know what the heck a Bora Bora is, and they have no idea what Lamborghinis are. And nobody talks about 7-figure incomes, and they never even thought about retiring their parents. let alone being in a diamond or a triple elite with the cherry on top. They don't know what any of those things mean. And for some reason in network marketing, we talk about elites with diamonds and cherries on top and walking stages with badges and retiring parents, 7-figure income, Bora Bora, Lamborghini. And people look at us like, what? No. I built one of the largest organizations globally. I say we built one of the largest organizations globally by talking about what the masses want to talk about. 82% of people, it's a big number, write that number down. 82% of people join network marketing professionally globally to get their product at a discounted rate or for free. If I join your business, can I get your product at a discounted rate or can I get it for free somehow? Kathy? Yes? No?
Yes.
Yeah. So I can, if I come into your guys' business, I can get my product at some kind of a discounted rate or for free at some, I got to do something, I get it for free somehow. 82% of people join network marketing. That's why. Not Bora Bora, not Lamborghini, not 7-figure incomes, no retiring parents, walking stages, being a triple diamond or elite. That's not why they join. They join the business so they can get whatever product or service you offer at a discount or for free. And if they can make an extra, are you ready for this number? If they can make an extra $300 to $500 US dollars monthly bonus, sign me up. Because I need to go to the grocery store one more time this month. I need to pay off that credit card. I need help paying off my car note. Not 7-figure incomes, not Bora Bora, not retiring my parents, grocery store, credit card debt, $500. That's why 82% of people enroll in this market. If you're not, none of my business, I care, but I can't care in this exercise. Your number one goal is you've got to go make $300 to $500 a month with your business. Job number one. You got to, girls, get to that $300 to $500 level. Once you get to $300 to $500 a month, you can build an army of people because you know how to make $300 to $500 a month and they don't. 82% of people are joining network marketing to be able to do what you just did. And if you can get your product at a discounted rate or for free and can make an extra $300 to $500 a month, 82% of people that join network marketing globally would want to join your team. Mm-hmm. That's how you recruit. No more Lambos, no more Bora Bora, no more retiring those parents of yours, no more 7-figure incomes, diamonds, elites, and all that crazy talking. Nobody knows what that stuff is. There's no other industry that talks like that. I don't know why we do. It's a part-time, spare time income, $300 to $500 extra dollars a month. If I could show you how to make an extra $300 to $500 a month in a very part-time, spare time capacity, it won't interfere with what you're doing right now. Would you want to take a look at what I have my hands on? If not, no big deal. I built an army by saying that. And they go, yeah, I'll take a look. And I go, you know what? All I do is I send this video to people and they watch it. If they like it, they push a button, sign up. If they don't like it, then they don't sign up. That's all you do. That's all I do. I could do that. You could be good at this business too. You could make an extra $300 to $500 a month just like me. I get my product at free and I get it at a discount and I make an extra $300 to $500 a month. You want to do it? Yeah, I'll do it. Great. Push this button. Okay. Was that hard? Was that sleazy or slimy or weird? No, it was easy. Simple. Get easy, not simple. It was simple.
Can I ask you some questions?
I see some light bulbs going on. Yes.
Kathy, yeah, go ahead.
So one of the things, the simple, I love that you share that with us because part of what my upline has tried to help me with my team is I like Facebook Live. I like Facebook Live. I know not all my team does. And when you said to me, people, you don't duplicate people, you duplicate systems. I'm like, this is brilliant because we don't have to try to be like the person above us or the person next to us. Our team is amazing. This group of women, this community is, and we're also different, but our system is what needs to duplicate. And I don't know if there's clarity, and this is where I can work with my team. But when someone new comes in, I say, the only thing you need to do is book the appointment, get the person in front of the information. Our upline has poured so much value and resources. There's an 8 o'clock call tonight. We do virtual parties at 8:30 on Tuesdays. There's Take a Look and Healthy. They have so many opportunities. And I think where we, from the people I've spoken to, are guilty of, we try to answer so many questions and work instead of like immediately connect them to that third party.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's like the bit, I don't know, you girls can speak if it's like we're just not asking, or once we ask, we like throw up Arbonne and we don't immediately get the video, immediately get them on Take a Look, like get them immediately in a 3-way chat.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, so we do have that. I think that most of my team, I don't think we utilize it well. You know, we're like,
because we're too worried about and I don't know anybody here, but just as an industry as a whole, we're too worried about convincing and trying to sell people. And we're trying to convince, then all of a sudden we worried about, oh, I don't really like that video because you don't think it does a very good job trying to convince people. Understand the video is not there to convince anybody. It's there to explain what you do for the people that are open to doing it. That's what it's designed for. So once we get out of the convincing business, we're trying to persuade somebody to do something and just find out, are you open to taking a look? See, if I were to ask Cathy, hey, Cathy, I got this thing and I found a way to make some extra income working from home, you know, $300 to $500 a month, extra income, you know, nothing serious. And I can do it in a very, very part-time, spare time way, and it won't interfere with what I do. Would you want to take a look at what I do? Well, yeah, I'll take a look at what you do. Well, all I do, Cathy, is I send this video to people and they take a look at it. If they like it, they sign up. If they don't like, that's all you do. That's all I do. And then what they say is, well, I'll look at that video. They're not looking at the video to decide if they want to do it. They're watching the video to see if that's what they want to send to their people. And they go, well, this video, I could send this to people. This is no big deal. I could send this video. And I'm not selling your company video, but that's a tool. Maybe it's a 3-way chat. Maybe it's a Facebook group. Maybe it's a, who knows what it is. But I don't know how you guys make your Big Mac. That's your call, right? But you need to figure out how you make your Big Mac, and that's all you do. All I do is, that's what I do.
I think the biggest thing to notice about duplicating is people aren't paying attention to what you say. They're paying attention to how you say it and how you deliver the information. And they're asking themselves 2 questions. Do I want to do this? And can I do this? So whatever process, like if you have all the answers to all of my questions, they're thinking to themselves, can't do that. I don't have all that I don't want to have to memorize all this stuff. I have to know all the ingredients for this and that.
How many of you guys know everything there is to know, or think you need to know everything there is to know about your product? Anybody like read the labels and all the stuff, and you kind of like, yeah. lose that. And again, time out. I got to call time out. Whatever your upline or your company teaches you, do that. Don't say
that's the system.
Don't say, well, Glen said. Somebody's going to come like after me with like a gun, right? So I don't want to hear what Glen said. But what I'd offer you is just maybe a little different way to look at something. Does that make sense? And I'm not here to go against upline.
You're not going
Cathy,
against it. You're doing great.
I want you to think about the income you want to make this year. Okay, Cathy?
Okay.
So you got that number in your mind?
Yeah. And
I'm going to do one thing tonight, right now, and now we're going to double that number. Did you just double the number in your head?
Yeah.
And here's how we're going to double that number. Never, ever, ever, ever call your upline. What's her first name?
Kim.
I'm never going to say upline. Kim.
Okay.
You know, Kim, she's really good. She does this and this. I'm going to introduce you to Kim.
Okay.
We are not this, whatever your product, your product, you know, health and wellness. So if I were to ask you, you know, what do you guys do? Most of you would tell me you're in health and wellness something. It does this and this and this. And I would argue with you, that's not what you do. That's what your company does.
Okay.
You're in the people business. You're the conduit. The company does health and wellness. That's what they do. You don't do health and wellness. They do health and wellness. The marketplace needs health and wellness. You're the conduit that connects health and wellness to the marketplace. Called networking, called marketing, the marketing arm. You're a marketing arm to get the product to the field. The product, health and wellness, is not what you do. You're not an, if you read your contracts, ladies, it probably says in there somewhere, you're not an employee, you're not an agent of this company. That tells you right there, you're not in health and wellness. They're flat telling you, you don't do this, we do this. You're not an agent of ours. You're an independent contractor that is the marketing arm between health and wellness, your company, to a marketplace that needs health and wellness. And you connect the dots. And you get paid a commission to connect the dots. And the dots are people. People. If you want to be great at network marketing, everybody except your like vice presidents and stuff like that should be on a first name basis. Some companies, I don't know how your company does it. Maybe it's Mr. or Mrs., Sir, Madam, that kind of stuff. But within the group, we all should be on a first name basis. Yeah. Kim, Susie, Larry, Charlie, Betsy. And when you're talking to your clients, first name basis. We're in the people business. Yeah. Find a way to be irresistible. And I'm not saying irresistible like me, irresistible, we're laughing. Find a way to have people like you. You all have a beautiful smile. I just saw it when I made you laugh. Watch. If Fallon's not happy, give him the mad face. All right. That's some of us sometime in our business. How many of you guys have days like this that you feel like looking like that in your bed? You've ever like that? But watch, it's magic. Are you ready to do magic? 1, 2, 3. See? See? You just have to tell your face you're happy. All right. Some of them didn't catch what we did, honey. All right. Bad day. Kids are acting up. Dogs are running crazy. Husband's doing silly stuff. The world's a mess. Bad day at the job. Yeah. That kind of a face. Watch. 1, 2, 3. See? Happy face.
Yay!
This is an irresistible face. That's irresistible. I want to get to know that person. That's very opening. Yeah. So many times we have, watch this other face, watch. So many times we have that face. That's not irresistible. I don't want to get to know that person. I want to stay away from that person. Because that person makes me sleep on the couch. I don't want to know that person, right?
Grumper face.
That's a grumper face. I don't want no grumper faces around here. So watch.
Oh, I'm already.
Oh, you're done. Happy faces.
I'm already smiling.
And that's if you're online or off. I mean, happy face. Tell your face you're happy. Tell your voice you're happy. That's a great way to become irresistible, and people will be attracted to you. When we start talking upline, downline, sideline, that scares the heck out of people. Yeah. Try to get, again, I don't know how Kim wants to do things, but I would try to get that language out.
It's industry terminology, and people outside the industry don't understand it, so it creates a communication barrier.
I think we're pretty good, honestly. If I were just speaking to a prospect or something, like Shayla just joined and she just joined, I'm like, hey, I'm going to connect you with my friend Kim. And I don't say like my upline. I mean, I don't think we do. I think a lot of us, and Carlita, our upline, like everybody's just I think we are good. Like, I think they're very good about that. No last names, no mistakes.
Let's open it up for some questions. Are we good for questions, Kathy, or do you keep running?
You guys have to go at 8 in 10 minutes, or are we on different time zones?
We have a I don't know if anybody's getting anybody on Discover. If they do, they can hang up, but your time is, you get to decide when we're done. But I want to lead with this question. And then y'all can fill in, but for me, I feel like my team asks me a lot, like, where do I find the people? So you gave us great questions. We've got the system to plug them into. And I think that all this is perfect once we have them, but who am I asking? Am I spam messaging, even if it's authentic? Am I just looking through Facebook, my names list? Am I waiting for the opportunity? Who am I trying to recruit?
So on social media, this is where kind of like what we specialize in is networking.
Kind of
Everything that we specialize in is the networking piece, where to find people on Facebook, okay? Because everything that we do is without advertising. So advertising is you're paying for your traffic. The opposite of that is you need to learn how to drive your own traffic. And that comes down to networking. Where do you find people? There's 2.6 billion people on Facebook every single month. Trust me, there's so many people on Facebook, you can't talk to them all in a lifetime, even if you tried. It's not physically possible. So they're out there. We have to just understand where they're hanging out. And I like to think of the different locations on Facebook of where people are as like different countries. And then there's maybe certain countries that you like you guys kind of speak the same language. You like, they're kind of like your people and you understand their culture and things like that. So we want to find those places on Facebook. And so everybody always defaults to Facebook groups. They're immediately like, oh, I need to meet people. I need to join a bunch of groups. And that's the only way to network. And where that goes sideways is we start joining all these groups to get people. And I just did a training on this inside the Mermaid Cove today. Don't join a group to get people. Join a group because you actually want to be a part of the group and be involved, and that you would receive value from being a member of the group, right? You would learn something for being a part of the group. You would be able to contribute to the conversation inside the group, whatever the topic is. So I really like hobby and interest groups to be in. And then we need to shift from always being a consumer within the group, and you want to start being a creator in the group, meaning you want to create content to the group, helpful, value-based tips, okay? Not just posting a funny meme that you found and you're like, oh, look at this. What's something that people could learn from you that's around the subject of that? You love crafting, right? Like you're the crafty queen and you love upcycling, all this stuff, right? Is join some upcycling groups and craft groups and post your quarantine project in there. Like, hey, here's how I made this, or here's how I repurposed all the spaghetti jars that, you know, we bought a bunch of spaghetti, we did, for quarantine, and here's what to do with all your spaghetti jars. Like, here's this cool craft that I made, or like whatever, right? And you're being a resource for the community, and people are naturally going to start asking you questions and seeing you as a resource, as a go-to, okay? Versus you chasing people around inside the group and trying to like and comment on everybody else's stuff takes a lot of time. And you're just in the consumer mode, okay? So you want people coming to you. So in groups, hobby and interest groups, and then the only thing that you should be doing in the group is posting to the group, okay? Not commenting on everybody else's stuff, because you're not creating yourself as a resource. Create posts to the group. People are going to be responding in the comments. Then you can respond to them back and forth, okay? The other place on Facebook that I really like to network is on business pages.
Move that stick out of the way for one.
Okay, business pages. For example, let's just use, I don't know, trying to think here. If you guys are like beauty, health, and wellness, so a business page, I know, if you guys ever heard of like Joe Cross, he does the juicing, fat, sick, and overweight or nearly dead or whatever, that guy. So he does a lot of juicing. Now he has his own programs and like all that stuff, but people are there on that page to learn how to eat better, how to live a healthier life, right? And he's very active on that page. He creates a lot of content for that page. So you know everybody following that page has somewhat of an interest in living a healthier life, right? And one of the secret tips of how to attract people to you in any platform, and especially on Facebook, is you want to get notifications in other people's notifications. Like you want your face, right? Anytime you leave somebody a notification, next time when you get off this training, look at your notifications on Facebook and you see everybody's profile picture next to their notification, right? We understand this? So we need to get your profile picture in other people's notifications that are not your Facebook friends. Okay, very important. I'm not talking about cold messaging people. It's you need to get your face in other people's notifications. preferably like 2 to 3, maybe 4 notifications a person. So let's say the Joe Cross page, you go and you see a live video that he did recently, and you go through some of the comments, you go through some of the likes that were on that page. You want to go directly to those people's profiles, okay? Directly to their profiles, and like and comment on their stuff on their profile. 2 to 3 notifications. You like something, you gave a reaction on another post, and you commented on something. That's 3 notifications. Your face popped up 3 times in somebody that has no idea who you are. What do we do immediately when we see somebody that we don't recognize in our notifications?
Go check them out.
We go stalk them.
Who
Who
is
is this?
Who is that?
Right? Curiosity. There is nobody, I don't think anybody on social media that gets a notification from a stranger and doesn't immediately go check them out.
Who is that?
They all do. Trust me. Okay. Now they might not send you a friend request. They might not send you a notification back, but they're checking you out. What are they going to find when they come to your profile? Is it attractive? Do you have value-based content? Are you doing live video or some version of video? If you don't like video, do a 30-second video of whatever you want. The reason why video is so powerful is people can hear your voice. They see that you're a real human being. There's so many, like fake people on social media of like fake accounts or not real or whatever. And we like to know that you're a real person on the other end of Facebook, right? So that's why video is really powerful. So anyway, those are 2 main ways of networking. There's people all over Facebook. Business pages and posting to groups can be really powerful. Now there's lots of other places too, but that's a great place to start.
Thank you. I know, and a lot of this is in, I don't remember if it was in, I don't think it's the Mermaid Cove. I don't remember, but you did a great training on this, probably a series you did. So you guys, if you're not following Lady Tribe, we learned a lot of this. And I was like, oh, I've been doing all this wrong.
Yeah.
So does anybody have any questions? I don't want to keep them all night. So does anybody have any questions specifically?
Also keep in mind, girls, when you're looking in groups and events and places that Fallon's talking about, they don't have to be in your industry. So many times you think, oh, it has to be health and wellness related. Well, guess what? Everybody that sells health and wellness is doing that. So everybody in there is trying to sell health and wellness stuff in there.
Especially groups.
So the competition is through the roof.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, let's say you love whatever it is that you love. And Fallon talks about this all the time. If money wasn't attached, what would you be doing right now? Let's say it's gardening. You flat love gardening. Then go join gardening groups because that's what you love doing. So if you love doing it, it's not going to seem like you're working. It's not going to seem weird. You can go join a gardening group and deliver content in that group that's going to feel natural. It's something you enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It's something you can enjoy because you're going to get value out of there. And let me ask you a crazy question. Do gardeners want health and wellness product?
They want to live maybe less chemicals.
Could gardeners use a healthier lifestyle? Yes. Yeah. So you don't go in, here's the formula, and we'll cut out tonight, but here's your formula for success. It's 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Make a friend, tell your story, close the deal. You don't go into the groups to try to recruit somebody. That's closing the deal. You go into the groups to build relationships, making a friend. If your intention is to recruit or sell something, shame on you. And they're going to smell you coming a mile away, and it's going to feel weird and dirty. So when I'm networking, I never have any intention, ever, never, ever, never, to sell my stuff or sign up to my deal. I go into the gardening group because I love gardening. And I go in there and I deliver valuable content in gardening, and I comment on other people's stuff, and I learn from other people. And I go in there for one reason only, to make friends. It's called networking. Make a friend first. I never tell somebody voluntarily what I do. Never. People ask me 2 or 3 or 4 times, what do you do, before I tell them. I understand if somebody asks me one time, what do I do? They're probably just being nice. They probably really don't care what I do. They're probably just being nice. So I'll give them a very, very vanilla answer, and I'll take it off of me immediately, and I'll put the topic back on them. But if they ask me a second or third time, what do I do? Do you think they're kind of interested in what I do if they've asked me 2 or 3 times?
No.
So then I tell them my story. What's my story? I already gave you my story. I found a way to make some extra $300 to $400 or $500 every month at home, working from home. Very, very part-time, spare time, doesn't interfere with what I do. I could show you how to do this. Would you be interested in working from home? Oh, if not, no big deal. All I do is share a company video and I send this video to people and they watch it. Would you want to do that? Yeah, I could do that. You want to see the video? Sure, send it to me. Okie dokie. And guess what? That didn't come from a health and wellness group. That came from a gardening group. Make a friend first, tell my story. I don't volunteer my story. I make them ask me 2 or 3 times about what is it you do? Then after they ask several times, then I give them my story. And then because I'm irresistible and I make it simple, I'm not talking about Lamborghinis and retiring parents. I'm talking about $300 to $500 a month, making an extra trip to the grocery store, paying off credit cards and helping out with the house payment or mortgage payment or car note. I close the deal because that's value to them. I've never once signed anybody up talking about Lamborghinis, retiring parents, diamonds, or elites. Not one time. I've signed up thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people globally by talking about what they want to talk about. An extra $300 to $500 a month, part-time, spare time around what they're currently doing. Won't interfere with what you're up to now. And oh, by the way, if you're not interested in taking a look, no big deal. Cathy, I'm going to ask you a direct question and you have like nanoseconds to answer. So I'm going to put you on the spot. You're not allowed to think about it and you have to give me an answer. Are you ready?
Ask me my elevator speech. Go on.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Here's my question. Give me a night next week. Pick a night right now. Give me a day next week. What night? Right now. Pick it.
Monday.
Monday night. Next week. What time, Cathy?
8:30.
Great. We'll be here 8:30 Monday night. Follow-up call. Bring your friends. Bring the posse. Bring them all. Let's get this team rocking and rolling. Let's get this team to the top. How's that sound? We'll see you guys later.
You guys are awesome. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye. Thank you.